Afternoon, welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. I'm Mark and I'm going to take you for a walk around our 2012 Series 2 Sv6 Commodore today. Start at the front of the car. We'll just notice you've got all the chrome trimmings around the grille and below as well. Driving light standard. A few minor little touch-ups across the front of the bonnet, which is probably consistent with the age of the car and the mileage. Move down to the right-hand side of the car, we have factory-fitted 18-inch alloy wheels and brand new tyres all round on this car. I really can't pick on the driver's side, so in very good condition. As we move around to the boot and the rear bumper, it does present in the same sort of condition, even when you approach the rear bumper bar. One extremely minor little touch-up, but in really good condition. Rear sensors, you notice colour-coded, fitted in the rear bumper bar. Twin exhaust pipes as well. Once again, the continuity with the chrome running around the trim of the car as well. Rear spoiler fitted as standard on the Sv6, just sets it off to most cars and makes it look a good sporty muscle car. As we come down the left side, one very minor little mark there, probably polish out actually. Detailers were a little bit lazy there. The left-hand alloys, I will note there are some minor scuffs on these alloys, consistent with somebody probably parking a little bit close to the gutter, but once again, just a minor cosmetic observation. The rest of the Juco presents down the left-hand side in as new condition. So overall, so far in its life, this car has been really well looked after, with, as I mentioned, only a couple of minor observations on the body. Under the bonnet now, the Holden, and a lot to like about the performance. 3.6 litre V6 motor, returning 210 kilowatts, complementary leave under the bonnet. 9.5 litres combined per 100 k's, so based on 71 litre fuel tank, you're going to get well in excess of 700 k's to a tank of fuel. 350 newton metres of torque, so overall you've got the performance there, but you've also got the economy to go with it. Moving back around to the boot of the Commodore now, just a couple of things we like to highlight. As I mentioned earlier, you've got your reverse sensors, simple press on the one of the two factory keys that we have. Shows you how spacious the boot area is, so a lot of room in there. Another really good thing about the Series 2 VE, you do actually have a full-size spare. So we're not talking about those little space-saver wheels in the event that you do need to change a tyre. It's the proper size. There's also the option of storing longer items through the centre of the interior of the car. This centre section drops down, creates a table. Long items through the centre, you do have that flexibility. Now we move to the interior of the VE and run through a few of the options. It's got quite a few actually. Starting on the right hand side here, I'll turn the steering wheel, and a couple of things to notice. Here we've got our auto headlights, so they're light sensitive headlights. As it's getting dark at night time, they'll automatically turn themselves on. I've also turned the wheel just to highlight the factory cruise control, just on your indicator stalk there as well. Move the steering wheel back into the centre position. You'll notice I've got it released at the moment. The reason for that is to just show you that it's height adjustable and also telescopic. So you've got the tilt and reach steering wheel. Simple matter of pulling the lever up on the base of the steering column just to lock ourselves into position. So set yourselves up nice and comfortable. You will notice just on this right hand side of the screen, this is volume control for your audio. Up the top here you do have your button just to answer calls or finish calls when you have your Bluetooth. Although you do see the nav button here, it was only an option with the Holden, so unless it was opted for brand new, they don't necessarily have satellite navigation. In this particular instance, this car does not have it. On our left hand side here we have two controls: audio, which controls between AM, FM or Bluetooth, which we'll talk about that shortly. The bottom one is just your trip computer, gives you all your readout information on the center screen, how many Ks the car's done, distance to empty or the range to empty, average speed, average fuel, and then of course you've got your overspeed setting as well, so if you don't want to get caught speeding. You just set it to alert you when you've passed a certain speed. The little scrolling button on your left hand side just scrolls between preset stations. Being the Series 2 as well, your Bluetooth setup, when you've got your phone paired, it is also music streaming through your phone, which became standard in the Series 2. So move into the center section here now, and we've got all of our, basically just our FM set up at the moment. Obviously we don't have volume. Gives it our external temperature outside at the moment, which it's quite warm here today in Melbourne. You can control all the same features manually off this center control, but most of these things we can do off the steering wheel, so we're not being distracted from the road. Down in the middle here, obviously, you just have your tuning, your volume as well, and just flicking between tracks. Once again, that can be done off the actual steering wheel. Just below that, we have our climate control air conditioning. It is dual zone as well. Obviously, we have it set to pretty much the coldest temperature at the moment. Even though we have the air conditioning running and we're at fan speed 4 right now, gives you a really good idea of how quiet this car is. No audio on, the air conditioning running at 4. We've got the engine running in this car and you wouldn't even know it's running. So a lot to like about it. Nice quiet cabin noise inside. With our transmission, we can just drive it as a normal auto. When we pop it into reverse, you do notice reverse camera in the Holden. They're probably second to none. That's a more accurate picture of your surroundings behind you when you do select reverse than most cameras you see in motor cars. As far as driving the vehicle goes, we can come down into just normal drive, or if you wanted to, we can select sports mode. So we flick across to the left. It indicates up on that display on the dash that we've gone into sports mode, and it's got sports 1, basically because we're stationary. It's just showing me the active selects on, so I can change gears via the stick. Really good if you want to drive it like a bit of a sports car, really. Just at the front of the T-bar there, you'll notice there is also a manual button to turn the traction control on, or off if you wish. Not really a function that comes into play very often in these cars. In our center console section, as you see, nice black marble finish. Our power mirrors button. You have a manual lock and unlock function. You can also isolate the electric windows. So if you don't want the kiddies in the back playing with the windows up and down, we just depress that button and it disables every switch in the car except your driver's main control switch there. And just inside the console here, you will notice that we do have an output there. Basically, with the music streaming in the Sv6, this particular model, it does come up Bluetooth streaming on your display panel there with just that wording if you're using the music through your phone. But if you do actually plug a charging cable in and you're charging your phone, it will then display title and artist. So just something that not a lot of people are aware of, but another important feature. As we continue internally in the car, you will notice it is fitted with all airbags, front, side and curtain airbags. Helps this car establish a five-star ANCAP safety rating. So as a good size family car, delivering great fuel economy, it also delivers the ultimate in safety as well.
Yep.
Now this car was first registered in August 2012, so you do actually still have a fair bit of balance of new car warranty all the way into August 2015. The car's been serviced at every interval spot on. So every single service interval's been carried out, and our service department even go to the extent of doing an interim service or intermediate service on the car when it comes into our possession. So regardless for us of the fact that it's got perfect service history, we go that further step again and do an intermediate service when we prepare the car. So you know that when you jump into the car, you don't have a cent to spend when you drive away. Go. Alright, so just a few things to summarise as we go through this. 2012 Series 2 Sv6 today, and 18-inch alloy wheels, new tyres, balance of new car warranty, 5-star ANCAP safety rating, 9.5 litres per 100 k's combined fuel consumption, and even just as last shot that we take of the car, we just have the side-on view of that car. You know, the alloy wheels, the factory spoiler, they're just a really good motor car. So I hope this gives you a really good idea of the quality of our car, and if there's any questions that I haven't covered off on, we're not sure. 9907055, and enjoy the rest of